Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, find out how the state of Iowa is taking action against the DACA program.
And later, we took a look at how wildfires on the West Coast are impacting people here in the Midwest.
We see what Hawkeye fans think about the big rivalry weekend.
We also watch our very own Bo Bowman try to make the men's club soccer team.
How soon until we meet colder weather? Find out more in weather.
All that and more coming your way.
Daily Iowan TV starts now. Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Christopher Cervantes.
And I'm Sydney Zatz.
Yesterday, the Iowa Attorney General Tom Miller joined a federal lawsuit that will challenge President Trump's order to end DACA. DACA, short for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, protect young immigrants that were illegally brought to the U.S. as minors. The lawsuit was filed in the New York District Court, citing the president's actions as unlawful and unconstitutional. Attorney General Miller is now teaming up with 14 other states and the District of Columbia regarding this lawsuit. These states include New York, Illinois, Hawaii, Washington, Oregon, and more. As of March this year, the state of Iowa approved nearly 3,000 applications for deferred action and another 3,000 renewals. Since 2012, when the program began, the U.S. approved roughly 800,000 immigrants to participate in the program.
The University of Iowa's Tippie College of Business flagship program might soon look more like a sunken ship. It was announced in August that the full-time MBA program will come to a permanent end. And yesterday, the College of Business met with the Board of Regents to discuss how they will move forward. In an interview with UI President Bruce Harold, he said that although the program was not closed due to fiscal reasoning, the program's closure means resources can now be shifted to areas where there is higher demand.
But what's happening is more and more students are trying to get their MBA while also working. And so they're looking for night times, weekends, cohorts coming together for several months and then going back to work. So the channels are changing.
The Iowa City Public School Board election takes place next week on September 12th. Members of the Iowa City Community School District will elect 4 new school board members and vote yes or no to a bond that could provide $190 million of funding to schools. Last night, schools held open houses to show the community why they should support the bond issue. Residents were able to explore the interior of City High, West High, and Liberty High until around 9 p.m. last night. Stick with the Daily Iowan and Daily Iowan TV as we follow the election and these events leading up.
With the west coast of the United States experiencing lasting forest fires, they have become a natural disaster of the United States. There are around 80 forest fires burning right now in Oregon, Washington, and California, with the effects carrying around across the United States and into the Atlantic Ocean. According to Ingrid Euxtens, Associate Professor in the Department of Earth and Environmental Science, Iowa experienced orange skies on Labor Day due to the winds carrying aerosols from the fires around the United States.
We have an update on Hurricane Irma's path. Yesterday, the Caribbean islands were hit with significant damage, killing 3 people on the islands of Antigua and Barbuda. The National Hurricane Center also stated that Irma is moving quickly towards Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and Florida. Though the hurricane has not directly hit Florida, the state's governor told residents that the impact would be deadly and cause devastation by the weekend and early into next week. Well, Sydney, it seems as we go farther into autumn, the weather seems to get crazier and more hectic.
That's right, Chris. It has been a little bit colder the past few days, but you never know with Iowa weather. I know Jin Yuk Kim in the weather studio will tell us more about what we can expect within the next few weeks. Jin, take it away.
That's right, guys. You might have noticed that temperature has drastically dropped down compared to August. But coming week, we are looking at mostly sunny skies with warm temperatures. This afternoon, the temperature will reach a high of 73 with mostly cloudy skies. At night, the temperature will drop down to 56. And tomorrow morning will be chilly as the temperature falls to 52 degrees. Now, let's take a look at our 5-day extended forecast. Friday, we are looking at sunny skies with high of 76 and low of 54. As the weekend gets rolling, we will see mostly sunny skies with the high of 77 and low of 54. On Sunday, the temperature will stay warm at 77 with sunny skies. On Monday, we are looking at lots of sun with a high of 79 and low of 54. And on Tuesday, warm weather will continue as the temperature reaches high of 80 and low of 54. Summer weather is not entirely gone, so don't dress so heavily yet. That's your weather for the week. Guys, back to you.
The Iowa City Council considered an amendment to a city code that would allow consuming alcohol in shelters at parks as long as drinkers had a permit. On Tuesday, the City Council voted unanimously against the idea after several members of the community expressed disapproval partnership for alcohol safety. A University of Iowa group also lobbied against the motion as of now. Action on whether or not alcohol will be allowed in park shelters is now being put on hold.
Sydney, I'm going to tell you this right now, that after our big win last week, I'm excited to see what Hawkeye Sports has to throw at us.
They're always throwing something unexpected at us. I know Olivia and Taylor will tell us more about what we can expect in Hawkeye Sports this week. Olivia and Taylor, take it away.
Well, Liv, there's no lying that we are all excited for Iowa State coming up this Saturday.
That's right, Taylor. And yesterday, I actually got the chance to get a first-hand look at the buzz around town. Check it out. It's a big week here in Iowa City as the Hawkeyes will look to take on the Cyclones this Saturday. And I took to campus to talk to a few Hawkeye fans and their thoughts on the big game. So first, can you tell me what is going on this weekend?
It's the Iowa State game.
And why is that a big deal? Because those are our rivals.
Iowa's gonna win. We're gonna win like 24-0 or what?
24-0.
I think Iowa's going to win by, I think it's going to be closer than last year because last year was like 48-3. So I think it's only going to be Iowa by 2 touchdowns.
Iowa by 2 touchdowns. Would you bet on that? Are you confident enough to bet on that?
Oh, heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah?
Yeah, because State can't win against Iowa. Hawkeyes are way better than the Cyclones.
Money on the Hawks and everything?
I bet everything on the Hawks.
Wow, okay, everything on the Hawks. Not even just money, folks. She bets everything on the Hawks. If you were to score a touchdown against our very own rivals, what would you do?
Oh, I'd be dancing it out.
I'd dance.
Or like a spike?
I'd dab.
Dab. There it is. Okay, so you say Hawkeyes are better than the Cyclones. So if a Hawkeye was up against a Cyclone, what would happen?
Well, it'd probably just dive right through it because of their wind speed. Yeah.
The Hawk eats the Cyclone,
Wow.
I think.
I think Herky would grab the Cyclone by like the twister and just like whip them out of town.
Now, what do you think about the new quarterback decision?
Was it Stanley? Did Stanley get
You
the
got
job?
it, yeah.
Okay. You know, Ferentz knows more about football than I do, so
He does?
I think so. So I'm gonna trust in his decision and hopefully it's the right one.
I'm rooting for him.
There
I
we
know if he's good enough to win games after CJ's legacy, then I'm thinking he's going to be good.
Very good point. Well, I think it's safe to say that Hawkeye fans are looking for a positive outcome as Iowa will head to Iowa State to face the Cyclones, hoping to keep their season undefeated.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Well, Liv, it seems safe to say that Iowa City never disappoints when it comes to this Cy-Hawk rivalry.
You know, I couldn't agree more, Taylor. And just by walking around campus and talking to some students, there might be a chance we see more Hawkeye fans down in Ames.
Well, I guess we are just going to have to wait and see the outcome of this game and if the Hawkeyes will bring back that Cy-Hawk trophy back to Iowa City this weekend.
Now, speaking of Iowa football, former ESPN and ABC analyst Ed Cunningham made allegations that Coach Ferentz had endangered the health of quarterback CJ Beathard in the 2017 Outback Bowl. After seeing Beathard hobbling during the game, Cunningham stated, quote, "I wanted to go get in a fist fight with the coaches over it because they abused that kid flat out," end quote. Here is what Coach Ferentz said on Tuesday about the comments made.
CJ's Beathard's career, I think, at Iowa was just defined by toughness, mental toughness. That's what that kid's all about in my mind. That's why I would have drafted him if I was an NFL personnel guy. You know, he's got extraordinary mental toughness. And couple that with an outstanding medical staff that we have here. Our medical people aren't going to let a player be out there at risk, you know, where he could really do harm. And that's just how it goes. And they've got final say. They always have, always will. So, you know, I listen to them, and then, you know, we work with players. And you, as a coach, make the judgment if a player is allowed to play, has been ruled eligible to play medically. Then you make the judgment. Can he play? Can he operate? And CJ was clearly not at full strength, but he wasn't in 15 either and played pretty well. So And I listen to players too, and CJ wanted to be out there, so that was my decision. You can second guess it, people can. Ed chose to. That's his prerogative, certainly, but I found it a little bit offensive, quite frankly, because he was not at risk medically, and had looking at a long off season. So, it's just it's an interesting. But that's his opinion. That's mine. I just stated mine.
CJ and CJ's father, Casey Beathard, also made comments stating that he wanted to continue playing and that he was cleared by the medical staff.
On a lighter note, the University of Iowa sophomore Devin Burns has been named the Big Ten Co-Offensive Player of the Week. It was announced Tuesday by the league office. The honor is the first of Burns' career. The Green Oaks, Illinois native earned the distinction after scoring 5 goals and tailing 1 assist in Hawkeye victories over Southern Utah and UC Santa Barbara. Iowa is now 4-1 this season.
Burns opened the week by securing a hat trick in just 10 minutes and 46 seconds and tallying 7 totals in an 8-1 victory over Southern Utah on August 31st. The 3 goals and 7 points tied Iowa's single-game records, and the Hawkeyes tied a team record with 8 goals. The forward followed up her hat trick with a 2-goal performance in the neutral site victory over UC Santa Barbara. Burns scored the game-winning strike, the 4th in her career, in the 14th minute.
Iowa will return to action Friday, hosting Montana at 7 p.m. at the Iowa Soccer Complex. The Hawkeyes will honor their 8 seniors prior to the contest. The Hawkeyes Soccer Club was looking for some new players last week, but I don't think anyone on our staff will measure up to their standard. Daily Iowan TV's Bo Bowman took to the pitch to see what it takes to make the team.
Well, I did it just because I love soccer. Showing right here that I even got a tattoo for it. The best part is that you get to meet new people. You still get to play the game and go to school for it. That's all it's about.
The Hawkeye Men's Soccer Club kicked off its season with team tryouts last week.
Meeting all you guys, and I think they went well. We had a lot of great talent come out, and it's going to be hard to pick who makes the team.
And even I got in on some of the action. But I'm a little out of shape.
This is exhausting, actually.
But some of the others said they had a pretty good time.
It's a lot of fun. You just get to play, and you get to play with other good people, so it definitely would come out.
Perfect. Was it fun?
Yes.
The Hawkeye Soccer Club plays schools from all over the Midwest and in some tournaments later in the season.
We're pretty competitive. We play against a lot of other clubs and some other D3 schools, and the other club here as well. The competitiveness is the same, but it's kind of it's still pretty high since we don't have a D1 soccer club.
But they always manage to have some fun.
It's a lot of fun. If you make mistakes, you don't get yelled at or anything like that. It's a very fun environment. We kind of prioritize. We know school comes first.
In Iowa City, Bo Bowman,
Join the squad and family.
Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Well, unfortunately, Bo didn't get a call back, but the team holds tryouts every semester. So if you didn't make it, mark your calendars for January.
I actually had high hopes for Bo, but he looked a little winded there during tryouts.
Well, club soccer really isn't for everybody.
That's not. Tune in tomorrow with Mary Kate Harry and Zach Mackey for their Cy-Hawk pregame show.
And make sure to come back Monday for all of your Hawkeye updates from the weekend. Guys, back to you.
That wraps up this Thursday morning broadcast. Be sure to check our website, dailyiowan.com, for all the latest news between Monday and Friday. And don't forget to pick up a paper copy of the Daily Iowan on stands now. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Sydney Zatz.
And I'm Christopher Cervantes. Have a great rest of your day, Iowa City. We'll see you back here next time.